The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine podcast and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. Hello. Today I have the privilege of connecting with Velva Dawn Silver, one of our amazing contributors. She is a transformational coach, healer, and the author of Ancient Secrets of the Goddesses and Unwinding the Divine Masculine. She's also the founder of the Evolved Femme Programs and host of the Wisdom Weaver podcast, where she shares inspiration and authenticity. She also empowers others to harness energy and step into their fullest potential. Welcome, Velva Dawn.
Thank you so much for having me. I truly enjoy the Sovereign community, and I'm grateful to be part of this amazing platform.
Oh, I'm so excited. So, for those of you who know about Steps to Your Sovereign Self, we are in for a real treat today. So, stick around to the end because you're not going to want to miss this. So, today we are exploring clarity amongst chaos, which is the theme for our August new moon issue. And in Velva Dawn's article called Chaos in the Birthplace, she beautifully guides us through the feminine journey of transformation and how chaos isn't something that we should fear, but something we should really honor. And she invites all of us, especially women, to see chaos not as an end, but as a sacred invitation to return home to ourselves. And she wants us to remember that we're not broken by these storms, that we are reshaped and can emerge wiser and softer and more sovereign each time we go through a storm. So for those who haven't had a chance to read your article, maybe you can share a little more or recap what you wrote.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, what I've really found that is we have transformation, like the death and the rebirth cycles, which will be constant throughout our entire lives. And the first phase is the breakdown. It is the chaos. It is the storm. It is when everything is overwhelming. We feel that everything is falling apart and there's many sudden changes, losses, and most importantly, there's an internal unraveling of energy and old programs that we are letting go of. And while this is happening, it can feel overwhelming, just like I said. And there's a point where we hit that we have to go back to what we know inside ourselves. So you may feel very raw, very wild, untamed. And this is the beginning of something new. What it does is it truly shakes us awake. It's like Mother Earth is like, it is time for us to let go of these old, comfortable programs and to begin anew. The second step is the surrender. It's the stillness in between, which is what many of us are going through here, moving from the 3D into the 5D, is we are in this birthplace of the stillness in between. So the old it's not available for you to sink back into. And the new has no limits. So there's no old containers to keep you safe. You truly have to move into a space that is unknown to you, but it's actually very powerful. And this is where the deep wisdom emerges, is in the stillness. It's in the void. The next step is the awakening. So it is seeing with the new eyes, literally the veil has been lifted on the planet right now, and we're all seeing things that have been buried, whether it's under the Great Pyramid, whether it's connected to politics. We're really beginning to see that there's things we have known that have been under the surface of Mother Earth, and now they're showing themselves very clearly. So this is where we reclaim our power. This is where we begin to gather our courage, our confidence, and we begin to understand that everything that we knew, we can see it with our new eyes, and now it's beginning to make sense. And the last step is the integration. This is the returning to center. And I've talked about this a lot about the infinity symbol and how we're stretched to both sides, whether it's the feminine and the masculine, but it always returns back to center. And that's what we're all being guided to do now, is to return back to our center and to really go to the core of everything new that is emerging. So, like I said, this is where the wisdom is gained. This is where we realign with our values, knowing that our center is not something we find, it's something we return to again and again and again. So, this brings us a sense of peace, even in the perfection that comes through the chaos, allowing us to move back into the center.
Mm. I love this because you gave us really practical steps, right, to getting us back to our center and finding our center regardless of the storm. And before the show started, you and I were talking about a way that you do this every single day. So I'm going to move us into our steps to our sovereign self so that we have plenty of time to do this. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm like giddy in my seat. So Velva Dawn, every day, she pulls from her oracle deck called Awakening of the Divine Oracle Deck. And we'll have that in the show notes if you want to grab it. She pulls 3 cards and she taps into the energy of each goddess and uses the essence of these cards to bring herself back to center. So we're going to do it together on the show today and see what comes through. And this is why I'm so excited, because I love Oracle decks. It's probably going to be the next thing I purchase as soon as we get off. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to you and we're going to see where this goes.
This is one of my most used tools that I have to return to my sovereign self. But no matter what I'm going through, good or bad, I always lay my cards out. So I created this deck in 2014. I brought it to life with John Stephen High, who was my illustrator, and I produced them. So today, before I drew my cards, I just said, what is it that all the listeners on the platform need to hear today? And the first card that I actually drew in the deck is Bridget, and she is a Celtic goddess, and it's all about self dignity. But what's very important about this card is it has the 3 phases. So it has the maiden, the mother, and the wise one. And it's card number 8. And what I feel this message is for everyone today is that our voices need to be whole. So, the aspects of yourself when you were a little girl and maybe you were shy or you didn't feel worthy to be heard, it's time to really look at that and to allow her to have a voice. And then when we look at the mothering aspect, it's like, how are you mothering yourself? We need to be giving back to ourselves right now. That's part of self dignity, is that we not only mother others, but we need to do this for ourselves. We need to use our voice to have boundaries to say, taking a time out today, this is a day for me to go and get a massage. Like, I'm honoring myself. And then we have the crone, the wise one. So this is that wisdom that comes through your voice, through your inner knowing. And you may not even realize it's there until you open your mouth and the words come out and you think, where did that come from? Sometimes we don't honor that part of ourselves as we begin to age and our bodies are changing, but we really need to honor every part of our voice and every phase of who we are as women. So the crystal that's connected with Bridget is a blue lace agate, and it's a beautiful blue crystal that looks like it has lace that's woven through it, and you can place that upon your throat. And what it does is it helps you lift any of those old energies that are stored in your throat chakra from the phases of the maiden, the mother, or the wise one that need to be released and brought into wholeness. So that is the first card. And now we have the second card, and I love this one. This is Eshel. So she is a Mayan moon goddess, and it's all about midwifery. It's about the medicine woman. And so the energy of Eshel is very strong right now because what's happening on the planet is we are literally rebirthing Mother Earth right now. We are all vessels. We are conduits as above, so below, bringing the light codes from the core of Mother Earth up through our bodies and down from the cosmos into our heart. And this is the energetic gateway where our hearts are the places where the true medicine is birthed. So Ishel is connected to all of the elements, the rainbow energy, to the fire element, to the water, to the ethers. And she uses the Amazonite crystal upon her heart to awaken the medicine. So many of you are probably feeling deeply called to feel that the medicine within you is rising. You are just being guided to spend more time in nature, to work with water, remembering the water codes, remembering the light codes from Atlantis and Lemuria. And the information is going to continue from Mother Earth, where we're being shown, I call it the inversion period, where, we're seeing what's underneath the Great Pyramid. I believe under every sacred site in the world, we're going to begin to see the inversion of the things that have been held under the earth until it is time for them to be seen. And the third card is my favorite card of all cards. This is the card I use moving through my divorce. It is Abundatia, and she is the Roman goddess of trust. It is card number 32, which adds up to a number 5, which is about change. And in this card, she's standing there holding the golden thread in her right hand, and she has the silver needle in her left hand. And there's a reason for this because the gold thread represents the masculine within you, and the silver needle represents the eye of receiving the masculine action. So, Abundatia is really stepping forward for all of us to sink into a deeper level of trusting what we know, trusting the unseen, trusting moving through the chaos, and really understanding that the true test of being human is sinking deeper into trusting. Whatever it is you are going through, the more you sink into trusting, the easier it is going to be for you to move through the situation. So she's standing in this beautiful field with the Avalonite mountains behind her. And the Avalonite crystal is used upon the heart to bring balance, to bring yourself to the equality of the feminine and the masculine within your heart so that you can see deeper into the trust within yourself moving through any situation. We've got this. We're the ones who are assisting in this rebirth, and we are doing this right here and right now. And this is a beautiful time to be alive on the planet.
Mm. Oh, I could talk about this for hours. So, besides getting this oracle deck to help people, the last question that I have is for any woman right now who is really struggling to trust, kind of in the messiness of life, learning that it's not linear, it's uncertain, it's chaotic. What would be one parting thing that she could do today, besides the oracle deck, to help her move through this chaos and into a more centered place?
What I would suggest is feeling the support around you. So, connecting with your spiritual support, your crystals, meditation, your tribe, get your tribe to support you. Let yourself receive, lean on the people around you that you need to lean on, and ground. Allow Mother Earth to help support you through these times because she loves us all unconditionally.
Yes, there's so many resources around us that we don't tap into that are just right outside our door and don't cost us a thing, right? The sun, the breeze, the birds, the ground, nature, trees, all of that. And when we can find a place of stillness, which is something else that you talk about, I think that's really where a lot of the wisdom comes because in our frenetic lives, we're just going, 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 right? And we're on autopilot. So when we can connect into that stillness and recenter ourselves, I think it's just magical. Do you have any parting words?
So there is one quote that I want to say that was in this article because it's so powerful. It says, "I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it," by Maya Angelou. And those are my parting words.
Yes, yes.
So thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
oh, thank you. And you're going to be back for some more. So I'm so excited to have you on again. So for everybody who's looking to connect with Velva Dawn, she's in our community, community.sovereign-magazine.com. All of her details are in the show notes, and stay tuned for more from her in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul-led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.